What's up, everybody? Welcome to Penny and the Dads. I'm Taylor.
Andre.
It's been a minute. It's been about 2 weeks. We got
Yeah,
a good
about
one today. We got a little debate. Hopefully, we'll see what
yeah.
we got going on. What you want to hit on first? Talk
Let's
about
do.
the championship games a little bit.
Yeah, we can do that. We
Well,
can
who
do a
you who
little
you got?
countdown.
Yeah, a little quick. Who you got winning tomorrow
Well,
night?
first let's shout out LSU Lady Tigers.
Shout
Yeah, they
out,
just won
shout
the
out.
national
Absolutely,
championship, beat
absolutely,
Iowa.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Um,
but as far as the men's
absolutely.
game, let me see. I think I'm gonna go with UConn over Florida.
I got UConn. I
Yeah,
got UConn.
yeah,
They're tougher, they're more
yeah.
physical, they're bigger.
Florida Atlanta had a great run,
I
but
want them to win.
yeah, it
Gosh, I
would
no
be nice.
idea.
It would
They
be
had to
nice.
lead the whole second half to the last shot.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Real quick, I know you can disagree. Caitlin Clark, best college player of all time. We can talk about that another time though.
Uh,
And I got numbers to prove. I ain't even looked them up. I just know it because
not
what I've
it,
watched.
not right now. I'm not ready to say it.
She's a junior. In all three seasons, she's averaged at least 25 and a half or more.
Right,
Sorry,
but
26. I mean, we'll get but that's another conversation.
yeah,
That, but
she nice though.
nice ain't the word.
Yeah, she
She's
nice.
phenomenal,
She nice.
phenomenal. Let's get into the trios. You want to top to bottom, bottom to top? What you want?
Uh, I ain't gonna front. I cheated a little bit. I had to do a little honorable mentions in mine too, man.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I was going
let's
between my 5 and 6 too.
let's see if we can agree on some of my honorable mentions.
All right. Who you got?
For one, I got Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett.
Honorable mention.
Yeah, honorable mention.
That's my honorable mention as well.
Right, okay.
Surprisingly,
Yeah,
being a
okay.
Celtics fan, you thought
Right.
I was going to say
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
They got one ring. That ain't.
yeah.
There's trios with way more rings than just
Yeah,
one, and way more
yeah.
appearances than just one.
If that's prime, all of them,
Absolutely,
that's a whole totally different. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
I don't have the Celtics of the old in my top five with Larry Parrish and McCann. I don't have them either.
Nah, I don't got any of them either.
They went 3-2 in the finals. I mean, now if MJ didn't exist,
Right.
I be talking about something different.
Something different, yeah.
But they just played in the complete hard. They played in the wrong era
Oh, I agree.
in their time. They just played wrong. They were now or earlier before
Yeah,
MJ came. Then
yeah. Would have had
you know,
something then, something
yeah,
totally
yeah.
different.
Depending on what Magic and them we had going on, but yeah. Speaking of that, we got any more honorable mentions?
Yeah, man, I got like four more, but we'll say what
Go
you
ahead,
about to
go.
say.
Go ahead, go through. No, I better go
Okay,
my list.
okay, another one I got James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant.
What
And
could
that's
have
just
been,
off,
right?
yeah, what could have been potential and all that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. What could have been? Yeah, that's a
Then
good one.
I got a throwback one for you. You probably don't know too much about this. But Jeff Hornacek, John Stockton, Karl Malone. That was a nice. Jordan was in the way.
Absolutely.
Jordan was in the way.
Absolutely. Jordan's in the way. Nah. Jordan played them in Malone's was out of his prime. Agree?
Right, yeah.
So they had opportunities.
They did. They did.
They had opportunities.
And then I
Stockton and
got,
Malone were out of their prime when they met Jordan, but well, then
yeah. I think I got two more, bro. Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom, Kobe Bryant.
that's a good one.
That was
I
on
can't
my
disagree with
yeah,
that.
that was on my
They're on a mission because you don't look at Paul Gasol or Lamar Odom as like as great basketball players, but they did their role so
yeah,
freaking
yeah.
well.
They meshed
Yeah,
perfectly.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Last honorable mention: Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, LeBron James. Yeah, that's my last. That
Wait a minute, hold on.
but
Honorable. So
but
you got
see,
five
but hold
best.
on. Yeah, but see, look, see how you laughed at that. But when I said Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, you ain't laugh. And the only difference is one championship. Correct?
But no, there's a
Huh?
lot more differences in that.
What?
Dominating the East for so long. The difference is four appearances. Okay, four
Two
appearances, two and
two
two.
rings. Two rings.
Yeah,
You
but
some of your
but but
Celtics,
but
some
but
of your
one of
Celtic
them.
teams had them same records.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Who went 2-2?
You were just talking about some of your bird teams from back in
They
the
went
day.
3-2.
Well, see, that's a better record, right?
But still though, you
It's the
can't
better
you
record.
how you got look. We'll get to LeBron now.
All right,
We'll get to we'll get to LeBron now.
that's
We'll
my
get to
lap.
him
Oh,
because they're
so that one is in your top five.
absolutely,
Okay, okay.
absolutely.
All right, now
Um,
let's get into the top five.
um. Well, five. I mean, five. I got Magic, Cream, and Worthy at five.
Ooh, okay. You got him at five. I got
I got
him
him
at
at five.
five.
Some people would put him higher. Yes. Now this part might be because I didn't see them, so I
Right,
can't. If I maybe seen them, play, and
right,
then I might have them higher. But I mean, they they dominated for the most part. Now they're another one of what could have been because then when they were together, Kareem was older.
right.
I was
But
older Kareem.
that's when Showtime Lakers was
Yeah, but
official
Kareem ain't
then.
playing his best anymore.
Nah, they ain't
And
neither.
so that's why
Yeah,
if he was playing his best, we had prime Kareem. It might
right.
be two or one, but
Okay,
I got them there just because Jordan came, and they were out of prime and kind of
right.
messed them up. They averaged 60 wins a season, which is phenomenal. So they
Mhm.
got to be in the top five. But that's about all I got for them.
Okay, my five is Derek Fisher, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay, yeah, I can't be mad at that. That's fine.
That's my
Yeah,
five.
long as we know who the number one is in that trio, we're good, right? We know who number one was.
Oh, Shaquille O'Neal, no doubt
Okay,
about it. Hey,
okay, okay,
hey. Who-
okay.
In the honorable mention one, who's the number one guy?
Which one?
The Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol,
Kobe.
Lamar Odom.
I see Kobe. Yeah.
All right. So it's all right. It's all
I've
right
been
to be a
trying to throw shots
one
at
A,
Kobe
one
when I
B.
can.
Yeah, it's all right to be a one A and a one B.
Who you got? Who you got it for?
Four, I got Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan. Four. Oh, who you got?
They, I got them in my list, but not at four.
Who's your
You
four?
are you are so disrespectful.
You ain't heard
That that is
you
that
ain't
is
heard my top
when you
three.
think of trios. When you think of trios, that's the one that first comes to my mind. Should come to
Not me.
everybody's mind that's a fan of basketball.
Not
They
me.
defined the trio, the team. They were the most winning trio in of all time at 72% wins.
I got a trio better than that.
We'll get to
I
them.
got a trio
That's
better
crazy.
than
Let's get to them now. No. Let's get to them now. So
that.
72% win percentage for them for
Mm-hmm.
that trio.
Right.
Crazy. They went 4-1 in the finals. Correct?
Was it 4-1?
Yeah, it's 4-1.
Okay.
I mean,
Only time they lost to was Miami.
close to perfect. Close to
Perfect.
perfect.
That's solid.
They only had one season where they lost more than 30 games. One.
That's great.
That's great.
That's great.
What do you say?
Mm-hmm.
And none of them averaged 20 or more. All three. It was just a perfect.
Yeah, that was a
It's
great
what a
system.
team,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
basketball, what chemistry is supposed to be about. And they stayed together.
I'm
They
not
didn't come
knocking.
together, win, and leave. They stayed together the entire time, from young to old.
Right.
That's the definition of a trio.
Okay, I like that.
Number one on
I
my
like
list.
that. That's number one. Okay.
Absolutely,
All right.
absolutely.
So who's your
Um,
four?
Bosh, Wade, and Bron. Four. Um, uh, they were together for 4 years and made four final appearances. Some trios they had to play a couple years together and get to the finals. Correct? No, they joined
Mm-hmm.
together,
All in their prime.
dominated the East, went to the
All all
finals.
all in their prime years. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Join
but
together.
still, it had no chemistry. Came
Right.
together, boom, dominated,
Right.
boom, right out the gate. All 4 years, all three of them made the All Star game. That
Mm-hmm.
wasn't done
Yeah.
for the other trios we've mentioned so
Dope.
far. So I mean that, and two of them averaged 20. Wade and Bosh over 20 every year. That's just
Manu Parker and Duncan did that though, right? All-Star game.
I don't think they were All Star game every single year. I think Parker
Oh,
missed a couple and Manu missed a
you
couple.
said every single year. Oh,
Every
okay.
single year, all 4 years they
Oh,
were together. Yeah.
I respect that.
So that's my four. But
That's respectable.
yeah. So that's my four. You got a three.
The
My
Showtime,
three.
the
Huh?
Showtime Lakers, James
I ain't
Worthy,
mad at that.
Magic Johnson, and Kareem.
I'm okay with them being at 3. That's
Okay.
very good. Like I said, they will probably be in my 3 if Kareem played in his prime.
That's why you're
But
not gonna be able to knock my top three because
why?
LeBron and because you ain't heard my whole list. That's you ain't heard it all. You just say
No,
you like that one.
yeah, I do like that one. I do
Right.
like that. I mean that's they're the reason the Lakers are what you know the Lakers are. That
Absolutely.
household name. My 3, I almost took them out. Then I jumped them to 3 out of nowhere. It was I really mind boggled with these.
Mhm.
Curry, Clay, and KD.
I figured you were gonna go there.
They didn't know they only went 2-1. But but they should have went 3-0. That one finals they lost, KD was hurt, correct? And Clay. If
Yeah.
I'm not if I'm
Right. Right.
and let's be honest, if they would have stayed together, they might still be dominating right now. I mean, can we agree with that?
Well, they still winning without him though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But exactly my point being, so
That's why
with KD,
that's why my list is gonna be
with KD, oh my
right.
god.
Okay.
Um they have those 3 years they were together are the number 1, number 2, number 3 most efficient years in field goal percentages
I believe
for
that.
any team. That to have all 3 years together and have the number 3 slots in that category is that's the best offensive trio assembled. Two top five.
Offensively, I
At
agree with
that
that.
moment, they had
Offense.
two. At that moment, they had 2 top 5 players in the league.
Oh yeah.
Three of them were top 15, and they had a fourth that was one of the best defenders in the league. So I mean, that they have to be in your top 5 list
See
just because of
my
talent.
last two are homegrown talent.
Wait. So you ain't got Curry, Clay, and KD in your honorable mention or nothing?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Wow, wow. That's
Because they had something so much better than that.
okay. Let me hear him.
And that's Draymond, Clay, and Steph. Why would you leave that out as a trio? A homegrown trio, a team that stayed
Because
together, all were drafted from the same thing, just like you say your number one team was. Who'd you say your number one team was?
the Spurs,
Just they are just like the
Spurs.
Spurs. They are
Yeah, but
just like the Spurs.
they are.
Yeah.
But
How many?
I can't put Draymond in a
They
trio. He
did they not win two with KD, and they
without
won
with yeah without yeah
won
see
two
without
without.
correct. They've also lost a couple
Those
finals
same
without.
three were on that team every year.
Absolutely.
Mhm. You can't take it away.
Great point. Cool, all that. Draymond is just another Lamar Odom to me. Um, I,
Lamar Odom made an honorable mention.
I rather have Lamar Odom be quite
Lamar
honest.
Odom made an honorable mention,
Draymond,
but
I
Lamar
don't like
Odom
that.
was never a defensive player of the year.
Yeah, Draymond got the defense. Cool.
Right.
He got a defense.
Perfect.
He's good at defense. He's good at
Perfect part
defense.
of the trio. Perfect part of
He's
the
good at
trio.
defense, but when 2 of the trio were out and Draymond was the only one left, what did the Warriors do? They finished bottom in the West. So
Let's talk about
he
all.
can't be part of that trio to me. That's
Imagine
not.
all trios being in that same situation, being down two of their trio members, and how they're going to
They're
hold
not being as bad as the Warriors were that year. Do you
okay,
remember that
that's
year?
yeah, I do,
Awful,
I do.
awful. Did
But
they win? They won like 20 something games.
yeah,
That's
but
awful.
that don't take away from him being a part of an awesome trio because he couldn't hold the team down on his own.
I see your point.
We're talking trios.
I see your point. So you're saying 2 of them were the offense, and you had a defense, and the
Yeah,
third one was
yeah,
defense,
a
and the
major
other
motor,
part.
a major motor to
I
that team.
understand that. I mean, when you punching players and you getting texts and you're giving teams free
The,
throws because you
you,
get so many texts.
that
That's
that would
hurtful. That's hurtful.
that
But
would be no different to me if you would have named uh, Mike, Scotty, and Dennis Rodman. I would have respected that because you're getting pretty much the same player, are you not? A guy that's getting mad technicals, and a guy who's also rebounding the ball and playing great defense. Are we not saying that?
did you just compare Draymond to the best rebounder of all time?
As a defensive player, yes, I did.
Oh my god!
And being an engine to a team, a motor. Yes,
If you were
he
the mo,
provides he
great.
provides all that.
The motor, the engine is the most important part of a vehicle. Correct.
Mhm. Right.
when the other two are not on the team, the engine should still be doing his job and making the team decent. Correct?
Do
That
the
wasn't
what?
the case when Clay
Do,
and Curry
oh,
were out.
okay, you give them mad credit for when they're out. If they don't have Draymond Green, they win championship. No,
It
they
depends
don't.
on who you replace for him.
Yeah, you got to
Who
find
you
it.
put in his spot.
Who you gonna find that's gonna hold that
Bobby
team down
Portis would work just fine.
now in this part of his career?
Bobby Portis would
But
work just fine.
at this part of his career, we talking about from beginning to end. Who do you find to replace?
PJ
That's
Tucker. If you replace Draymond with PJ Tucker, they still would have the same amount of championships.
I disagree. I disagree.
They would.
100%.
Draymond is he looks
PJ
so
Tucker,
good to people's
PJ,
eyes because of the
PJ
offense.
Tucker does one thing better than Draymond Green, and that's shoot the corner three. That's the only thing he does better.
Draymond pushes the ball pretty well, right? But
He's a
when
great
you get,
facilitator, man.
when you get an assist like this, handoff, handoff. I mean, what skill is that? I can get Ashley to come in here and do that right
what
now.
about when he's doing bounce passes, threading the needle and stuff like that?
He
You,
got a few of them. Cool.
yeah, he
But
get more than just a few.
but you give him credit for what NBA players should do. That's just a
He,
regular
he's
NBA
not
player's play.
averaging 8 assists just off handoff. He's not doing it. What
He's
you think?
averaging because he has the best shooter of all time on his team. Yes.
Hey,
What are you saying?
so are you saying that a lot of teams would not want a Draymond Green?
Sure. I mean, I'll take a
All
Draymond
right, all
as my
right.
seventh, eighth man off the bench.
No,
Sure, I'll take
no.
that. I'll take
People would
that.
people would love him as a
I'll take
starter.
that. But okay,
Do you think Greg Popovich would want a Draymond Green on his team?
no, because Greg ain't putting up with that mess.
I
Greg
disagree.
ain't putting up with that crap
I
Draymond got going
disagree.
on. Greg ain't letting you punch other players on the team. He not putting up with that
I
crap.
disagree with
He not a good engine just because he gets
he.
angry and yells at you. That causes disruption. That ain't always a good thing to have.
People got mad at Mike when he did. People got mad at Kobe when he did. That
Yeah.
happens. That happens. It
Well, when
happens.
Kobe did it, he got two pieces, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Who two pieces?
That dude that on the other team that one game. I'm
But
just saying.
but I thought
He
we were
got
talking
two
about
pieces.
we talking about teammates though.
I'm just saying. When he mouthed out he got two pieces. I'm gonna let that
Chris
slide though.
Chris
We'll keep
Child,
going on from
he
there.
ate it. He
We'll
ate
keep
it.
going.
Yeah.
He
Who
ate
you?
it.
Yeah, he did. Who you got is who you got for two? Who's your two?
He said, let's go on with this.
Yeah, who
I'm
you
trying to
got for
hear that.
two?
I got MJ, Pippen, Robin.
Oh, see, everything.
What?
I ain't got no problem with it. I have no problem with it.
I mean, they ain't nothing to say. 3-0.
Yeah, ain't got
Could
no
have done
problem.
more if the owner won't be in how he was being, but
Right,
whatever.
ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah, it could be
Yeah,
5-0, 6-0 for all we know.
yeah.
You know.
My number one team is 6-0. My number one trio is 6-0. I
Okay.
feel like it's the greatest trio
But you done
ever
two yet?
assembled.
You ain't done two
Yeah,
yet.
I did. I told you that with Draymond, Clay, and Steph.
Okay. Okay. Who's
Yeah,
number one for you?
Phil, Scotty, Michael Jordan.
Phil.
Yeah, Phil Jackson.
The coach?
Yeah, greatest trio ever assembled.
That ain't what we agreed to. What are you
Huh?
talking
Oh,
about?
huh? That's a
You
trio, right?
throwing curveballs in
No,
there.
that's
I
a trio,
mean,
right? I couldn't put none of my honorable mention in front of that trio.
if we're going that route, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you.
I had to.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. That's solid. I don't disagree with that.
I couldn't put an honorable mention in front of that. That's great. That's two,
Yeah, I
three,
mean
two.
that's a good trio. Um,
Mike don't
yeah,
take the break. Who said it's more than just
that's what I'm saying.
could be more?
That's why I got him at
Yeah,
two.
I
That's
got
why I got him at two
what you
because
got. Yeah, I got you. What you got him with Rob?
yeah, with Rodman.
Yeah, I got
What was white boy name they had? Cause they went 3-0 with him too. The big man.
you. The
I
one
forgot his
Freaknik
name.
broke.
It's a
Luke
wild.
Long.
Yes,
Luke Long. Oh.
I think the first one you said started with a K.
Tony Kukoc.
Yes, they went 3-0 with him too.
Yeah, he was
So
nice.
I mean, but you know,
He was nice.
Robert. No, never mind. No.
Robert
No.
What's it? Come on
Um,
now. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can't believe it.
I had to, man.
So you don't.
I can't put
When
nothing
you
else in
think of
front of it.
trio, when you think of trios,
How can you not think of the
How
triangle?
can you not have
Bill, Scotty.
Tenny and them in your top five?
I
I want to
do.
go on back to that.
I do. They are in my top five.
I thought you
They're
honorable
just
mention.
they're just four. They're not one. That's all. That's the only difference.
I, I guess. I mean, they won 575 games together.
That's
The
fine.
most out of any trio. The more than MJ and any of his trios you
How
decide
many how
besides
many
but
rings do they
Howard
have? How many
four.
rings do they have?
They have four
They have four.
together.
And the one that I had that had the greatest regular season of all time won four also. Draymond, Clay, and Steph.
But you can't put Draymond in that trio when KD
I
was there.
why?
Draymond took a back seat.
Why? Okay, so why can we count Manu if Manu was the sixth man?
But he was still the third best
But,
player.
but,
The trio. He was part
so
of that
he
trio.
so
Because they were
Draymond was not
always together.
so Draymond was not the third best player on that trio all the time?
No. Give me
Huh?
Andre Iguodala.
No. Andre Iguodala
Give me
played
Jordan
sloppy.
Poole. Jordan Poole better
No.
than Draymond right now.
We talking about now. We talking about of
He's
all
still
time.
playing.
We talking about of 1 year. Let's talk about. I'm talking about from start to finish, bro. It's been Draymond Green.
How about
Take Draymond off that team, they're not nobody.
I just
They're not
showed
the
you.
same. They're not the same, bro.
Please go back and we'll look at the 2018-19 season. Was
Mm-hmm.
that year when Clay and Curry were out?
Right.
Draymond was the engine, right,
Right.
as you called him. It was his team.
Yeah.
Do it, Draymond. This is your time because we
Yeah.
need you because the other two are gone right now. And
All,
what they
all,
do?
all I'm
What they
saying,
do? Go back.
all I'm saying is put Curry on the Warriors without Clay and Draymond, and do the same thing with Clay having Steph and Draymond out. Let's see how he looks. It's not gonna look good pretty, man. You know that. You know that.
Draymond is the least
So
factor of them two.
Chris Bosh would have held the Heat down without Dwayne Wade and LeBron
Chris Paul is
James.
a big part of that.
Huh? Would he have
Chris
held
Paul is a
them
big.
down without them? If they would have missed significant time in the
They're not.
season.
They're not winning the rings.
Huh?
No.
Right. That,
But they're not. They're winning more than 20-something games. They're winning
you
more
know
than
why?
22
You
games, something
you
like
know
that.
why they probably would win more? Because they were in a watered down East at that time. Also, look at all the variables, man. You got to. You can't just look at it as a fan all the time. You gotta look at it.
I'm looking at all the variables. Draymond is a Draymond.
You and I know.
Great defender.
You and I know how much you hate Draymond Green.
I ain't got no hate. There's no hate in this heart of mine. I
Uh,
speak just fact. I
okay.
don't hate. I don't.
I,
I
I know
don't
a
hate.
lot of
I
people
speak fact.
who would disagree
Let them
with what you're
comment and
saying.
say it. Let them comment. I'll see them on Monday.
Okay.
So I don't. Draymond is a good defender.
Hmm.
Draymond is it's hard to have a 4 or a 5 that rebounds the ball and can push it up. He's one of them. He's one that can do that. He plays the big man and can push the ball up and give
Rebound.
Curry a great handoff. That's as far as I'm going.
Dennis Rodman couldn't do that. Dennis Rodman wasn't doing handoffs.
Well, because he'd find Mike when he. That's what I'm saying. Draymond can push the floor up, cool. He
Rebound the
can do a little
ball.
passing every now and then, but it's
He,
not hard to
he can
have a
guard.
7 to 8
He
assist a
he can
game.
guard 4 to 5 positions.
Yes, so could
Yeah,
Rodman.
yeah.
So could Rodman.
Right. And if you're gonna give him credit, you have to give Draymond
I give
credit
him
also.
credit. I just say he's a good defender.
Yeah.
That's it.
Draymond was a second round draft pick for a
Wonder,
championship.
wonder why.
Defensive player of the year.
Wonder why.
Undersized. He changed it. He changed the game for undersized players.
Take him out of that system.
Without
He,
a Draymond Green, you're not seeing a bunch of
you
undersized
remember,
players.
you remember Lance Stevenson?
I do.
You remember how everybody thought he was so good,
Mm-hmm.
and you take him out of that system he was in, and what did he
Yeah,
do? He
yeah.
planted the seed.
Lance couldn't hold it down.
Draymond the same way. Take him out of that system. Take the number one, number two best shooter of all time off his team,
Yeah.
and what is it? I'm getting 4 assists a game with that
If you
team.
take the number 2 all time shooter off that team, which I feel like is Clay, if you take him off the team, Steph gonna look different. If you take Steph
I
away,
disagree.
Clay gonna look different. All of them gonna look different.
They
They
play
feed
without
off
one or the
each
other
other.
before. They play
Yeah,
without one
but
or the other
but
before, and they've done fine.
they're not. They
Draymond played
haven't
without
been.
both of them, and that
They
season
haven't
was a
been
failure.
very successful. You can't say they've been like, yeah, they held it down. We were all stars without each other. No, you can't say that.
I can talk about Draymond Tom Blue in the
Yeah,
face.
whenever you're ready.
I'm not talking about Draymond Tom Blue in the face because
Whenever you're ready.
it's I'm averaging 4 assists a game on that team. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Good for
4 or 5,
you.
maybe 5.
Good for you.
I mean, with the way he passed, I mean, it ain't that hard.
Do you win as many championships with you on the team compared to
Well,
Draymond?
no, because I'm 5'5", 5'6".
Right, right.
No,
And he's how tall?
he's
Guarding
six,
how many different positions?
6'7", 6'6".
Right. Get a man credit.
I'm saying,
Undersized power
he
forward center.
he's a very talkative, very ugly PJ Tucker. That's what he is. That's all I'm leaving it.
The difference between both is rings.
Because he was on the right team. Cool.
PJ
Boy, you're
PJ followed
agreeing.
PJ followed James Harden wherever he go.
Not every
Except
year.
for Milwaukee.
Yeah, not every
And
year.
he was on a great team there. They didn't win with him.
Gotta
So
think
what
of
you
it.
saying?
Huh?
What you saying?
I done told you what I'm saying. I can't keep
PJ done
repeating
played
myself.
PJ done played for the Bucks and he's not won.
Yeah.
PJ done played with James Harden and the Rockets. He ain't won. He had Chris Paul there also. Where else is he play? He's playing in Philly now.
Yeah. But
Draymond,
I mean,
more consistent player that
you saying
survived
this
on.
like all the
He's
teams you
staying on
named
one team.
were. You saying that like all the teams you named were the Warriors,
All star teams. They were
but they're
great
not the
teams.
Warriors. When
They
you
were
that
great
system
teams.
they have
They had your
most
boy James Harden.
offensive
Had,
efficiency
had James,
team.
James Harden, Chris Paul, Clint Capella. Great team to play on.
Let me ask you.
Disagree? Agree or
Yeah,
disagree?
great is push
That's a
good.
great team. Did your boy LeBron James Harden not win the MVP one of those years?
Yes, he should have won more than one, but
All
yeah.
right then. So let's not act like he ain't been on great teams.
What's that got to do with
And,
anything?
and moving, being a journeyman, being a journeyman. That's the point I'm making.
Exactly.
Draymond
And
survived
if Draymond
with
and
one
PJ Smith
team.
shoes, Draymond will be their journeyman.
No,
He,
PJ
you
PJ
okay,
would be a journeyman then. He
huh?
would continue to be a journeyman.
The
He's not
offense.
more
Let me
he's
ask
not more consistent.
the
He's not
offense
more consistent all
that
around.
the offense that the Warriors have
He's not a
is.
more consistent player all around than Draymond Green, man. You just gotta admit that.
I can tell you why it's not. You're comparing oranges to apples.
Well,
We
he's not
seen
a more
Draymond with
consistent.
we've
He's
seen
not a more
Draymond
consistent
without
player.
the other two, and what was he? Nothing. Awful. The team was
You
awful.
you seen
We've seen it.
PJ Tucker on multiple teams, and what do you get? The same old PJ.
Point
Nothing
being,
special.
they're not much different.
Miami Heat. He been everywhere. He keep going from place to place to place.
And Draymond would be doing the same thing if he wasn't
My
on
point.
this Warriors
My
team. He
my
ain't got
my point. My point is, Taylor. PJ Tucker is replaceable. Draymond Green don't seem to be replaceable, do
because it's working.
it? And
Because
it's
it's
working
working.
for a reason.
If
Because
PJ
it's
Tucker was in his shoes, it would be working the same way.
perfect piece.
It would be
No,
working the same way.
no, you
Yes, it
can't
would.
say that.
Yes,
And
it
he
would.
done had
We done
spectacular talent
seen.
around him.
I've said this like 5 times. We done seen what Draymond can be without them two, and
That's
without
as
that,
that's
and it
as
was
an
awful.
individual. That's as
Awful.
an individual. We talking about as being a team
We
player.
can't help PJ Tucker.
He
Bounce
going
from
from
team to team. We can't help that. He ain't had a.
you can't help it.
He ain't
You
fit the
can't
team.
help it. You can't help it, bro. If your tools or what a team need, they gonna keep you. You disagree with that?
Yeah.
How long has Fred VanVleet been with the Raptors? Whole career, right?
Yeah.
Because he fits. He
Yeah.
does what they want.
Draymond does enough. He does enough handoffs. He does enough.
If you give him
He
bare
does enough
minimum,
moving screens for them to work. Yes.
if you giving them bare minimum for that, bro, fine, fine. That's
He's
all I can
not what
say.
people think he is. He's not. He's good. He's a good player. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He deserves that. I'm not
Right.
taking that away from him. I'm saying the system he's in is the most beneficial system out of all 30
I,
teams. That was the
I
perfect team to draft him.
I've never heard
Perfect.
Draymond Green say, "Hey, I give you 16 every night." Draymond Green
Because
ain't
he
looking.
can't.
At, he ain't trying to. I
He
ain't saying
can't.
that he can. I ain't saying that he can. But
PJ Tucker
that's
can.
he knows on a consistent basis. He can give you 16 a night.
Not a consistent, but you said one night. He give
Uh,
you one night.
Draymond can do that one night.
No, he can't.
Come on, man.
Maybe in that offense, sure, because
Oh
he'll get enough
man,
open looks.
hey, PJ do the same thing in every offense. He in. Corner three.
Bobby
Whew.
Portis over Draymond. I mean,
All right,
the list is heavy.
well,
Brooke Lopez over Draymond. The list is heavy.
same
The
thing
list
for
is
Bobby
heavy.
Portis, journeyman.
Again, I ain't going.
Again, if your
I
tools
ain't gonna give it to him.
if your tools are that important to a team, they will keep you. Journeyman,
He doesn't. He does his
journeyman,
job. He does his job in the most easiest position he could be.
journeyman.
That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Does Bobby Portis play the same position, right?
Yeah, the four.
Journeyman, journeyman.
Because he can't help. He
Don't
has never been on a
you
team where Curry
you
played. It
you
ain't that
hey
hard.
hey, and then you talk about and I'm glad we talking about this. Then you talk about Draymond punching somebody in the face.
Yeah. What you doing that
Same thing
for?
for Bobby Portis, right?
He did. He did.
Right. And what
He
happened
did.
to him? He got traded.
Yeah.
Right. What happened to
And
Draymond?
he,
What happened to
Draymond is
Draymond?
on the perfect team. I'm
What
just
match?
saying. He's
What
on the
happened?
perfect.
If he was this big cancer like you like to call him sometimes,
Yeah, cancer.
if he was really that
Yeah.
punching Jordan Poole, hey, let's get him. We got to get him out of there. We got to. This is the last straw. At this point in his career, they didn't get rid of him.
How many
They
free throws you think he gave up all the Texas got?
say that again.
How many free throws and points you think he's gave up with all the Texas got?
I don't know what you talking about this season.
Just in his career.
I don't know. Tell me.
I don't know because I can't count that out.
Well, one of my favorite players, one of your favorite players, is becoming the same way.
Luka.
Luca.
He be pissing me off. We've been talking about him all
Right,
the time. He
right,
been pissing me off,
right,
bro.
right.
Even Ashley said something the other night about it. She was like, why is he always complaining? But
Always.
we can get to that
Right.
another podcast. Yeah, he be pissing me off. But anyway, you got anything else to say, man? I can go all day about Draymond.
Me too, man. Nah, but I do want to tell everybody I appreciate y'all watching.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We need somebody to come in here and give us a little competition, give us a different view of everything. So
Yeah.
let us know if you want to give us a different view or say something outlandish. We might can try to add you up here for one night. So
Give us a topic or something to talk
yeah,
about one day.
yeah. Let's see. We got a lot to talk about next episode. I want to continue this conversation. Caitlin Clark, Luka. I want to continue that.
I'm with
I
it.
got a lot to say.
I'm with it.
Appreciate y'all watching, and until next time.